here is go back. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Go back, go back, back, go back, go back, back, go back, go back, back. Way back.
Alright, welcome back to Koopa Style Reviews. I'm TJ Duckett, and what we're reviewing today is the Fewture Getter Robot, their black Getter one. This is the Ryoma mode with the cape and all that cool stuff. And it's of course the black version, but it's the changing set. So it also changes to the regular Getter one as well. So you can see this actually is fresh out of the factory. This came in the shipping box and all that cool stuff. So just unboxing it to show you guys the box. This is awesome stuff. Alright, and when you get it from traditional retailers, I don't know if it comes in all this, but maybe, maybe not. Alright, taking a look here on the inside, you're going to see the main box, covered with plastic, all that good stuff. Taking out the styrofoam. You've got this guy wrapped in plastic. I'm going to take off the plastic here because it is covered with a sleeve. But, okay. You've got kind of a grainy picture of a half mask, half non of the Ryoma mode, as well as the logo. Nothing else at all on the sleeve of the box, besides, you know, whatever warning stuff for whatever this is on the bottom. But like I said, it is a sleeve, so pulling that guy off, you see more details of the inside because the chest piece and torso piece do come off to reveal some of the stuff inside. And we have, you know, just the title and the name of the robot. Nothing else on the box. This box is huge, and that's part of why I'm not doing it in my photo setup area. But yeah, that is the box. Let's go ahead and move on to the figure. Alright, taking a look at what comes in the box. Of course you have the black Getter, which is the Ryoma version, you know, signified by the cape, especially the part that's windblown over to the side like that. Really cool weapons, and both of these are removable. Both blades for the side, more exaggerated blades of the Getter 1, as well as some Wolverine type claws coming from the knuckle. You get two alternate hands. He comes with two fists with posable fingers. Okay, movable there. But he also comes with two open hands. You can see on him right now I have one open hand, one closed hand. So these would be the alternate. He comes with two fists that are movable and two completely open hands. So getting those out of the way a bit. The rest of what comes in the box is what makes this a changing version. You see that they have the Ryoma version of him, but he also comes with pieces to make him a black version of the regular Getter 1 Eagle, as well as the Eagle right here. Right, Ryoma's plane that helps form Getter 1. It's obviously not transformable or anything like that, but it's really neat that the elbows here move. So, pretty cool. Alright, came with an extra symbol to go on the bottom, just like his back. So that was a nice touch. So a very detailed and completely die-cast piece too. Love it. Alright. As well as spearhead, the axis. So yeah, we'll go over this stuff, and of course the cape, when we get to the change portion, but those pieces are included. And this right here actually is his energy source. And his crotch here opens up. This is a very detailed figure. This circle piece right here comes out, and you can replace it with the more extended energy vial. So, pretty cool stuff. But once again, quick overview of what comes in the box, and let's go ahead and look at this figure. Alright, now taking a look at Black Gitter. Of course, once again, it's the Ryoma mode. First thing we'll take a look at is the size. Even with legs split, he is a solid 9¼ inches tall, putting him at more 9½-ish scale. These toys are, I believe, 10-inch scale in general, the Fewture toys. So they're quite big figures. And it kind of surprised me because they don't really scale with, the normal Gokin, especially not the Super Robot Chigokin, but even the Soul of Chigokin robots. These are singular bots and things like that that are on par and on scale with their larger combiner bots. So these are big figures. And I can tell you off the bat, we'll go ahead and do a Gokin section for this just to show off, but pretty much the entire mid-body is like neck to, or chest to toe is die cast. This is just an amazing figure. But okay, taking a look, front to back, you will see very detailed cape here. It's just awesome stuff. Alright, and these knee pads do come off for the change to the regular Gitter 1, and they go on by magnets, and very strong. And it's not just a tribute to the magnets, but it really is a testament to how much die-cast is in this figure and how, dense it is by how strong it magnetizes there. So, okay, to go ahead and go over the posability of the toy, it's a little bit easier without the cape. So what you do to remove that is just take the head off. Okay? And on the back side here, this pegs out. Alright, like so. You can take this symbol off and put it onto the back. Okay, it just pegs in there. Now, one thing to be wary of, as you just noticed, the chest piece is prone to pop out. I don't know why that is, because it pegs in, pretty nice, but when it pops out, it just wants to pop out. It was an issue I read about on Collection DX, and even like Diego Doom and things like that. Every review I've seen of it pretty much shows that that's something that happens. But since the chest is coming off, might as well take off the chest to show off some of the details, because this torso area comes out too. Go ahead and show that engine type fuel source. Let me go ahead and zoom in, because you can see even the interior details, once again, all die cast. I believe this part's plastic, but the rest of the skeletal system is just awesome. Awesome to feel. And people who collect die-cast toys, whether it's, Soul Chigokin, Max Gokin, Fewture, whatever, or even like Transformers alternators, you just know that dense feeling, and as well as just the coldness to the touch of die-cast, it just feels awesome. Let you know you've got a quality product. So, alright, peg that back in. Once again, show off this. And yeah, I am wearing gloves during this review, and I am going to start doing it for more of my high-end collectible stuff, especially the die-cast. Reason being is because these lights can get a bit warm, and I don't want any paint smearing or anything like that, or to leave fingerprints, that kind of thing. Now, one more detail before we go full on into the detail of this toy. This is a mask, so it's easiest to take it off, but there we go. Let me focus. There is the face. So I'll go ahead and put that back on so my hands aren't covering up the light. Take the chest back in. Alright. And there you go. There's the underside of this version of the Gitter face. I do like the multiple eyes and stuff. Just very alien looking. It's easiest to put the mask back on when you've got the head off, because it has a tab under the chin Focus on that. That goes on, and then you just kind of, under and over. That kind of thing. Focus again, but yeah, once again, a good look at the face. I don't quite like it as much as Go Nagoya, his rendition of the traditional Getter 1 face, but it's pretty cool, and most of the time it's covered up by the cape and stuff. But okay, taking a look at his posability here. His head's definitely on a ball joint. No other articulation there from where like the neck meets the chest or anything like that. The shoulders move in and out, okay, as well as having the posability, swinging up. Really strong ratchet there. And with the chest piece, sometimes it's easier to get them into a pose and then put the chest piece on than worrying about trying to do it around. So, just fair warning. Alright. And that's cool that these go ahead and rotate too. But full swivel at the elbow. A nice ratchet in elbow joint. Just quality stuff. Alright. Ball joint at wrist. And that's on both sets of hands. We went over the articulated fingers on this hand. Not individually articulated. The four fingers do all move in line with each other. Okay. Now the waist is on the ball joint here. I don't like that there's a bit of a gap there, but it kind of is what it is. But lots of movement there. And it's a strong waist joint too. So I'm glad that that's not fiddly. Alright, take a look at the thighs here. Good front movement, front swing, but not a lot of back because of where the joint meets the butt plate. Alright, definite outward swing, and that has a really strong ratchet. I love that because with the die cast and the paint, I think without it, the feet might be a little bit slippery and tend to do the splits. So I'm glad that that's there. Alright, no thigh swivel. That was kind of a surprise, but dealing with it. Alright, good bend at the knee and really strong ratchet in knee joints. Okay, ball jointed ratcheting ankles here, so good support there. And his feet have ratchet clicking and the front toes are separated, so getting him into a cool pose here. We'll actually go ahead and get the cape and stuff like that back on too. So this is a little bit difficult because of the limited space there to get out. So for me, it's easier to just take a razor, work it out. And don't worry about damaging the toy, just be careful. You kind of get a feel for where the thing's at. Alright, so make sure to put that on the right way. Okay. Actually, move that out. And see, I didn't pack that in tight enough. Okay, so just make sure that's tight. Get the claws back on here. Spin the legs out. Okay, so we're going to do that first. Get the feet down. And then we'll go ahead and put the chest in. Like I said, this is one you kind of want to pose first, then piece together afterwards, because there are some fiddly pieces there. Alright, make sure the chest is secure. Then, okay. Peg the head in. Now, when I first read about this toy, I got some reports of the head not being able to go all the way in. I don't know if this is because this is a re-release of this toy or what, but I have not had that problem at all. But there we go. Once again, this is the Ryoma mode. So let's go ahead and get this changed over to the traditional Getter 1. Alright, so now it's time to go ahead and get this changed over into the traditional black Getter 1 style of robot. And just so you guys can see, I didn't show this with the out of the box part, but it comes with this nice long just instructional sheet. That shows both modes and how to get it there. Also, it comes with a stand here that clips into his back. This top part of the stand actually unscrews, and then once you've got his butt secured, you just kind of press it down and screw it, or there's a clip that on his rear that this goes into. But this figure absolutely does not need this stand at all, and that I don't use it. So it's nice, but really unnecessary. But okay, looking at what I did to get this thing prepped, I went ahead and removed the chest plate, the knee pads, of course the head, as well as the 3 symbols on his back. Okay? So that's where you need to be at. And to do the changeover, it's really simple. And I almost forgot, both of the sides of the forearms come out. So it feels like it's tricky, but the trick is to pull it straight out. And it's really hard to do with gloves on. But if you've got the least bit of fingernails, you've got this. So I'm going to secure it on one end and then just use my razor blade. And one thing of note is that if you look, I've actually chipped off the end of this razor blade so I don't accidentally ever cut into anything. Alright? And just remove it straight out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with the forearms end. Comes with the smaller blades, like the traditional Getter 1 Eagle. And don't worry, I know my hand's covering it up, but all I'm doing is pegging in the other one. These are a lot tighter for some reason than the other side. So this one in particular, I don't even peg it all the way in. It's really that tight. So just really thick. Okay? So that's that. And even not pegged all the way in, it looks like it is. So it's good enough for me. Alright, and for some reason it comes with 2 of the exact same chest form. I have no idea why, but it does. So I'm going to take one of the chest pieces, peg it in, and this does carry the same problem as the other. And duh, I just remembered why. Because the chest piece actually goes on the top of Eagle. So that's how that goes. Okay? Okay, so we've got the chest piece on now. I prefer them with the cape. So I've just got to make sure I've got my symbols right here, because they are specific to the different points on them. Okay. So this one goes on the neck. This one traditionally goes on the bottom. But since I'm going to put the cape on and it's going to cover it up, I'm just going to install the cape without. I'm not that personally anal about it, and it saves me some trouble for when I switch them back to the Ryoma mode, since you can't see it anyway. Alright? And then we're pretty much done. The only thing left is the head. Comes with an alternate head here. Let me zoom in. You can see it's very much so more the traditional Getter 1. And this one also is wearing the mask, which you can take off. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the mask back on. Peg the head on. And zoom out. Alright. And boom. Now we have a more traditional Getter 1. So that's really cool, and of course this is a black version of Getter 1, but still you can see where he carries that really iconic look to him now, with the different mask, with the cape and everything like that. Although it is, you know, gonna go it's reimagining of the character, you can still really clearly see the traditional traits. And that's why I'm liking this Fewture line. I actually plan on getting a couple more here in the next week. They're just awesome. I'm not a big fan of a lot of older mecha designs like the Mazingers and even the Getter, just more rotund style super robots and things like that. And I love that he gives them these really like streamlined, strong, muscular aesthetics. Like Go did a great job. I wish I had gotten the original releases because I believe those came with artwork and these re-releases do not. So alright, they have handles, and then the hands have holes in the palm for them to just ball joint and peg into. So you just kind of start off, fitting it in the handle, and then sometimes I can make the ball joint find itself. Other times I cannot. Of course, on camera I cannot, which is great, but it's as simple as that. Alright, let me do the same thing with the other hand here. Just finding some space to get the top part of the blade in. As the figure completely falls apart. You gotta love it. Okay. Alright, there we go with that. Now I just have to piece the figure back together. Whoa. And I don't know what it is. You know, it'd be one thing if the one chest piece was just, okay, the pegs aren't tight enough, yada yada, but it's every chest piece on this guy. I can honestly say I don't get it. So, okay. So, alright. And then, pegging the head back on. Alright, and one thing I am going to say, just really quick, cutting myself off here. If you pick up this figure, pick him up by the legs. Don't ever pick him up by the waist, because it is like just a really simple ball joint. The legs are very heavy, as well as the chest, so I don't want anyone to get this toy and then, oh, okay, I'm picking it up, and the weight of it just makes it plop down. That would suck. So, okay, posing this. We've got it. Kind of a similar pose to the one that we had Ryoma in. And I am not. You know, the chest piece has to be the one part of this toy, QC-wise, that's just bleh. And it sucks because it's such a solid toy. But okay, taking a look now, actually zooming in a bit. Even the detailing on the weapons is just out of control, incredible. It's just really nicely done. But yeah, there you have the changed mode, which is the more traditional Getter 1, and of course the black repaint. And we already took a look, but take a look again. It does come with, as a bonus piece, this eagle, which is really cool. Like I said, all die-cast. Just good stuff. I really like this a lot. And truth be told, I actually like his envisioning of the traditional Getter 1 more than the Ryoma mode. So it stinks because there's a part of me that wants to buy another one to have both modes displayed, but that's a hit. So what I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and just buy the actual red Getter, you know, regular color, from Fewture, and then just keep this one in Ryoma mode. But yeah, there we have it. Alright, and final thoughts on, once again, Future's Black Gitter 1 Ryoma mode. This is the changing version. As you saw, it changes into the more traditional Gitter 1 as well. But like I said, final thoughts, man, this is worth every damn penny. I shouldn't pay the $450 or so that it normally commands, but I would in a heartbeat now that I know the quality of this line. Within the next week, I'm looking at getting Integer 1969 as well as Mazinger's C, the original color version, also the 1969 version, because I know they released a non-Gokin 1901 version or something like that, more steampunk style. But yeah, I am just in love with this line off the bat. So if they all continue to be the quality of this, it's going to be money well spent. These do nowadays range between the $300 and $500 range, so you're gonna spend a pretty penny on them. But at the same time, they are very large figures. They're almost completely die cast, and the detailing and sculpts, these designs by Go, are just incredible. So, like I said, well worth it. And these are more centerpiece collectibles than just another Soul of Chigokin toy or just another Super Robot Chigokin. No, each and every single one of these are sculpted and crafted and engineered like they're meant to be the pride of your collection, which is great because now that I'm getting more of them, I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest of them. So, like I said, you can see I'm wearing gloves even touching this thing because it's freaking immaculate. This has been another Kuma Style review. I'm TJ Duckett. Thank you for watching and see you again next time.